All right, it is November 18th, Monday, November 18th, 2024. Earlier this morning, I was talking a little bit about willpower and discipline. And in the context that I shared my examples was it's opening weekend for hunting here in Western New York. And it takes a certain discipline, maybe willpower, definitely patience, to sit in a tree stand for 10 hours a day and possibly not see anything at all. And I think in the similar context, same vein, it's like training, coaching, working with athletes working on trying to, secure or achieve their goals and dreams. And when we feel like we're like getting ready to quit, that's when the breakthrough happens. And I know this is the most random opening day that I've ever had over 20 of them, and it was like 4:45, and you could still see, but it was within reason. I have walkie-talkie, and I called my dad on the walkie-talkie, and I said, hey, listen, I'm going up to the trailer. I'm bored. I didn't see anything. I'm done for the day. So at this point, I had done 10 hours, 6 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. And as I'm gathering my book bag and things and getting ready to climb down, out of the corner of my eye, I see a little buck, well, the biggest buck that I've ever seen, 8-point in our land. And he's kind of like trotting along. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is just like a TV moment. And it was that extra 5 minutes, like whatever thought went through my head of, you know what, I'm going to bail here. And I'm just going to go up to the trailer for the day. But because my dad didn't respond, and because, I don't know, I guess I wasn't in as much of a hurry as I thought I was, I waited whatever those extra few seconds were that caused this buck to come into my periphery. And I think, we see memes about it, and we see other, videos, and people talk about like, you work, and then some people give up, and it's that last like ditch effort is where the breakthrough happens. And I think that's where the discipline comes into play. Because if you look at like motivation and inspiration, those things kind of like waver, and they might not always be there, right? Like, we're not always going to be motivated to do something. We're not always going to be inspired by somebody else to go out and do something, right? We have to find it within ourselves, the discipline to do whatever we say we're going to do. And in the context of training and coaching, excuse me, in the context of training and coaching, I think those are two of the most important ingredients that we need as individuals to navigate through life. Do we have the willpower and the discipline to stick towards our goals? Be motivated there's the word motivated. Do we have the discipline to stick with what we want to accomplish and what we want to achieve? Do we have the discipline to get all of our training sessions in when we don't want to, when we're not motivated, when we're not inspired by somebody else's Instagram video, right? Somebody else's highlight reel? Do we have the discipline when it's 5 o'clock and we're going to go do our morning swim session, right? Like, all these little things add up. And the more we bail on them, the more we let the resistance and our willpower kind of like falter. It brings us farther away from whatever it is we want to accomplish, whatever goal we have, whatever dream we have for ourselves. And when I work with college athletes, it's not the training program, it's not the how many throws are you going to take, it's not technique to a certain extent, but it's really like, are they disciplined enough to be focused on what we're doing for, 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, while also being able to bring that discipline into a track meet and implement to the best of their ability everything that we focused on that week leading up to the competition. And if we don't have that little bit in ourselves of pride and trying to put forth our best effort all the time, I don't think we're going to get there. And it has nothing to do with just sports. Another great example is writing a dissertation. You have to be disciplined to do that. Do your homework in college. You have to be disciplined to do that. I get emails from students all the time, usually on Fridays and Saturdays. Hey, life happened. I know this assignment is due on Sunday. May I have an extension? Right? And the more I engage with the students in my classes, the more I realize that it's not a time management thing, or I don't want to do the work thing. It's a discipline thing. Do I have the wherewithal? Do I have the discipline to be able to sit and type out this 5 to 7 page research paper that I've known I've had a whole semester to do, and now all of a sudden it's due, and life happened this week because I wasn't disciplined enough to start working on it earlier in the semester or earlier in the week or whenever. Time management does play a role in it, but ultimately you need to sit down and do the work in that case, right? With training, with strength and conditioning, with throwing, like with coaching, like, are you disciplined enough? Like, are you able to sit down and do what you say you're going to do over a long period of time in order to accomplish, whatever your goals are?